Everybody good? Awesome. I'm going to yell. I'm not going to use this. Can you guys if you're going to sit at the back, you're going to miss. Can you guys hear me okay? Brilliant. Welcome and good morning to the Speed of Light event. We are going to literally run through a whole series of topics today. Everything from aviation to railways to cars to... I did see a scooter running around here. I'm not sure if that's getting hacked as well. We're going to have conversations about obviously the infrastructure, the architecture, what's good, what's bad, and what's ugly in the systems. To which point, first off, I owe a huge thank you to this. Have you guys seen this yet up in there? Yeah, I literally flew in 7 or 8 hours ago. So I'm going to go get pictures over this and send them out to the US intelligence agencies. So let's ask some simple questions. Why are we actually here? Because we'll be breaking things. Here's the logic on this one. This is a slide I tend to use when I give a lot of presentations. As society, and basically as the multi-billions of people that are adding more and more technology, we're putting more and more technology into our transportation, into our hands, into our lives, into our homes, into our bodies, into everything else. And we're handing it basically to a population that doesn't necessarily understand what the heck is going on. And then the key part of this, which is why we're talking about transportation today, is we're integrating it. Not only are we just putting these piecemeal pieces in, we're turning around and saying, hey, wouldn't it be good as the car goes down the road that we can integrate it with the traffic system, that we can integrate it with maybe the rail system, we can integrate it with the parking systems and all these other pieces of architecture and infrastructure. And unfortunately, we're still handing some of this technology to people whose password complexity thinks that adding 7, 8, and 9 on the end of 1 through 6 is a good idea. So we're going to have these discussions and go, what the hell do we do about it? And obviously, one of the biggest challenges we don't have enough people to deal with this. So how do we tackle those problems? We are the ones adding the technology. So how do we add it in such a way that's secure and everything else? Well, obviously the damn things are everywhere. One of the things might be known for is the non-traditional hacking of systems, whereas some of this comes in. If we look at the human and how they integrate and how they work in the transportation system, this is just some of them. Vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to infrastructure, to people. And pretty much so the vehicle starts talking to anything that really isn't tied down well enough. We did an attack in San Francisco a couple of years ago, where the guy had basically built a geofence system into his car, so as he came closer to his house, it opened his garage, it turned the lights on, it actually started up the coffee pot. And we sat there with a $25 software-defined radio and completely messed the whole thing up for him. So it's, how do we protect against these things? Because obviously we're putting more stuff out there, the trucks. Is it truck or is it lorry in Israel? God damn it, can you take after the English, please, not the bloody Americans? Lorry, truck. The trains, the passenger trains, and then the freight trains. We'll have some fun this afternoon on freight trains. We've got some amazing people here talking about trains and everything, so you guys can see the schedule on this. Planes, well, yeah, hello, planes. And then shipping. This is the latest thing we've been messing with, is apparently I'm no longer allowed to make airplanes go sideways, so now I can see if I can go ships to do rollovers. And then we take a look at the other side of it. We start looking, and it's one of the things we'll talk about this afternoon a little bit later on, is all of those other abstract places that we're putting more and more and more technology into. The stuff up here that we're talking about, basically tractors. A good friend of mine, Jesse, and I hacked tractors back in 2011, 12, and 13. They still haven't fixed it, and now you're putting more and more tech into the tractors. The ability for farming machinery to do semi-autonomous systems, the feeding systems, so the very dead animals that we rely upon to keep some of us alive. Dead animals are tasty. And yet we put autonomous systems in those, and we put the code on GitHub, and then we open an FTP server over here, and then we wonder why we can hack the damn thing and make it do what we want it to do. And then you look at all the buildings, and then how are we going to integrate all the transportation system into the very buildings, and how are they going to work? So there's all sorts of interesting stuff. So yeah, you get it. There is a heap of stuff. We're going to try and cover some of it in one very, very quick, short, sharp day. Which is why we end up at about here. Why do we think this? Well, simple statement. Let's keep it real, bloody simple. We can hack it too quickly, too simply, too easily. What will be awesome talking to the audience here today and talking to the panelists here today is what is being done about that. How are we actually watching? How are we monitoring? How are we looking to improve the security around these systems? Because, well, yeah, this was actually done a couple of weeks ago. I was fortunate enough, I do a lot of work with the National Guard over in the US, and we did a bunch of live work back in early May. And if you notice, the top right-hand side is a Japanese Windows 2000 server. That was running on an 80,000-ton tanker, oil tanker, for to be precise. Oh, sorry, Japanese. I said Japanese. I'm sorry, Chinese. I'm on 2.5, 3 hours of sleep, so I apologize. Windows 2003 server, user ID admin, password admin, gets you into the European DE German systems. You get the idea. This stuff's too easy. This came in from SATCOM systems. So, yeah, this is about where we are. Which is about why we feel this way. This is why we're talking about this today. Why we're going to have the conversations with some of the amazing people that we've got here on the panels that have been lined up and everything else. So it's going to be a little bit ad hoc because we've been changing it up until about, 10 minutes ago? Give or take a bit. So it'll be fine. We'll have some fun. Bear with us. So with that one, I'm pretty much going to shut up. I'm going to let Douglas Adams have the final word. And then we have, who is up first?